Hello, my name is Dustin Choi, and this is my personal speech. Today I stand before you to share a personal journey to me, a journey that began in my childhood and shaped the person I am today. It's a story about how I discovered the world of sports and how it transformed me for the better. There were three main obstacles and checkpoints along my journey. The first being the bullying that I went through that led me to stray away from these sports in the beginning of my life, in middle school and elementary school mainly. The second being the people who convinced me to do these sports that I met in high school. And the third being the change of mindset that I had to go through and the discipline I had to gain in order to participate in these exercises and sports and actually have consistency. Has anyone ever told you that you simply weren't good enough or that anything you do would end up in failure? Have you ever wanted to try something and someone completely shot you down? If they have, then you're like me. And as someone who went through this, I can say it definitely gets better. If you just keep on pushing, then the world will reward your hard work, whether it be in sports or whether it be something from your daily life. Just with constant and consistent practice or consistent work, you can do anything. When I was younger, sports were not initially a part of my life, really. I was more inclined towards video games and movies and TV shows and very solitary pursuits. However, one day fate intervened and I found myself on a football team surrounded by a team full of enthusiastic players. And little did I know that this encounter would be like the catalyst for a lifelong love of sports. During elementary and middle school, the amount of bullying that I went through made me want to shy away from anything social. That include being on teams or anything in general. And when I went to high school, I thought that it would be the same. However, I was incorrect. I ended up meeting some very nice friends who convinced me to pursue what I wanted to do, such as joining the football team. And they used to say things like, "You don't want any regrets in the future." And I agreed. So after I joined the football team, it completely changed my mindset. And I am now boxing and play basketball and baseball, and I absolutely love being active. Um, I would also like you to tell you about I would also like to tell you about the journey that led me to becoming like active every day. When I was in elementary and middle school, I lived in a place in Los Angeles called South Central. And as the only Asian in a school full of other races, often was like harassed and bullied, and I was often beat up or called out names out of nowhere simply because of the way I looked. Fast forward 10 years later, and I'm in the best shape of my life, and those people that were calling me names and bullying me are nowhere to be found. Um, Look at me now, I'm an amateur boxer. I play three different sports. I played D1 varsity baseball and football for a school in Los Angeles. And yeah, I'm living proof that it can work, but you must work for it. When trying to better yourself, it'll be hard, but it's all for your future. If you have the right mentality, you can do anything. And I will tell you about some of the struggles I faced when trying to better myself so you can be prepared. Um, some of the biggest hardships that I faced was I was constantly tired due to not eating. Um, I was overweight in elementary and middle school, and so that kind of put a mindset in my head that I should not eat, and this kind of messed me up, and I was constantly tired. I was also on a constant calorie deficit, leading back to what I said before, um, because when I was in school, the main thing that they bullied me for was my weight, and because of that, I was always scared about getting bloated, and so I would barely eat. This was like torture to me because waking up to stomach pains at 3 in the morning is not very fun. I always feared bloating, and so I just never really ate. I was constantly depressed due to not seeing results quickly when I first started working out, and I honestly wanted to give up many, many times, but I decided to keep on pushing. And a change of mindset. While on this journey, I realized that I stopped complaining and I realized that life is life and there will be hardships, but the way you get through it will shape you for the future. And this mindset also instilled discipline in me for the future. Consistency is key, is the main thing that I got from this journey.